start with multiple actions. As you see in the screen now, multiple actions. One, there are two types of actions. One, you have a reusable action. Two, you have a non-reusable action. Non-reusable actions cannot be used in another script. Reusable actions can be used in multiple scripts. I'll make now non-reusable action. To make it as a non-reusable action, you have to get into action left hand side, right click on it. You will see an action properties. Select this action properties. I can rename an action through this window. I say create order and uncheck reusable action checkbox. Please note, when action is not reusable, it cannot be used in another scripts other than the current script that we are working with. I say create order. Once I make this action, as usual, I start my recording. I open the reservation window. I select now new. Sorry, that's already done. Record. I say OK. Selected, created an order. I stop my create order action. So this is my first action. I like to create another action. How to create? I go to insert, call to new action. This will allow me to create another action. I can decide whether that action is a reusable or non-reusable, or whether I like to create this action inside the create order or at end of the current test. That means after the create order. After the current steps means it is within the create order. I am creating this action. If it is at the end of test, create order is one independent action. The one that I am trying to do now, update order, is another independent action. I like to make it as independent action, non-reusable action. I have made an entry update order. I unchecked reusable action. I say now OK. Now it is ready for recording. I like to know what is the order number that I have created in the previous action. To know that, I select the last action, that is line number 11, and go to active screen. Active screen is telling me that it is 127. 127 is the order number. I like to update now, change. I select update order now. I click on record. I am into new action. Click on record. I am getting into now open order, the second button in the flight reservation window. Click on open. You can see another window, open order window. In that window, I am choosing now order number, selecting that order number. I am entering the order number now 127. I say OK. I change content. I say 4. Update this order. During update mode, you might have noticed insert order is in disabled condition button. I click on update order now. It's updated. Once it is updated, base state, clear the screen and stop my order. This is my second action. Another third action, insert, call to new action. I am going to delete this order. Again, it is an independent action. Delete order. At the end of test, that's a default. I'll go with that. The same 127 order, I'll delete now. Sorry. Record. Open. Order number 127. Okay. Now I delete this order. Yes. Deleted. Stop the action. We have created 3 actions. First is create order. I noted down the order number that has got created using active screen. From this, I came to know that I created order number 127. For that order number, I am creating update order separate independent action and updated the record. Next, I have created one more action. New actions are created using insert call to new action. In this call to new action, I can create a reusable action or non-reusable action. In my case, I have created all actions as non-reusable action. I can create action within an action. That is what after the current step is. I can create each action as an independent action using at the end of test. So we have done now creation of action using at the end of test, that's a independent action, and non-reusable action by unchecking the new action without a checkbox reusable action. This is what we have done. We have created an order, same order we have updated, same order we have deleted. If I run the script, we all know now the script will work because the order number that I have created, 127, same order has got deleted as well. If I, as per the application behavior, if I create order again, it will create 127. So update order will not have an issue, delete order will not have an issue. I am going to show you that. Just I click on OK. Watch for yourself. It is now creating the order. name, tickets is getting changed, insert. It's creating the order number. It is now going to the next action. So the run sequence, which action has to be run first, is kept under action 0, the folder structure. I will talk about that after this run. Updating the order now. Next part is deleting the order. It is now using the same 127. It is deleting the order. Now script is working fine. But is it rugged enough? Is the script will work in all conditions? Let us take a call. I will create now flight reservation. I will create the order number manually. I am now selecting manually. I am going to create the order number. If I create manually the order now, it will create 127. In my previous run, since I have deleted 127, it is recreate that order with 127. It has got created. What if I run the script? Assume that this application is accessed by some other people and they created the order. If this is the situation, then what if I run the script? So if I run the create order now, you agree that this will create 128 order number because 127 already exists. If I go to update order, that is the second action that it will execute, you can see that there is an hard-coded value and this value tries to update 127 instead of 128. If I go to delete order also updates 127. That means it deletes order number 127. If I run this current test, create order will create 128, update order will update 127, delete order will delete 127. Since 127 exists in the application, the script will run smoothly, but it is not as expected by the end user. It is executing create order. So 128 got created. Now he is trying to update 127. Since 127 exists, he will update without an issue. Update order is successful. Now delete order is the next action. That also will delete because 127 still exists in the system. So 127 selected, delete order, deleted. It is done now. So successful. Now if I run the script again, what will happen? Create order, last order in the system was 128. So create order will create 129. Update order will again try to update 127. Since 127 doesn't exist in the system application will throw an error. Because of application going into negative flow, my script will fail. That is what we are going to see now. I am running the script. So it is executing create order. Please note the order number that it creates after the insert order button. It will create now 129. It is now clicking on the insert order. After that insert order completes, order number, by the time it is cleared the screen, so you may not have noticed. That's fine. So now 129 got created. He is trying to update now 127, and 127 does not exist. Because of this message, you can now see that he is not able to select the tickets. That is my next line. You can see the pointer in this execution script. And tickets is disabled. Script is failing. And it has generated an error message. Object is disabled. Window flight reservation win edit tickets. Set selection 0, 1 could not be processed. Script has failed. This is called maintainability of the script. How sure you are that data used in your scripts is not causing application misbehavior. Until then, we need to manage the script and ensure the script is applied with intelligence and it doesn't fail as it runs. That is most important aspect in automation script generation. Script is very fast to generate. Applying your intelligence and arriving at the logic how the change take place and managing those inside the script generally takes time. That is why record and replay has a role to play. Record has a role to play, but scripting has logic, intelligence that you would like to apply. All this has to be scripted. We don't have any other options. And that is the one which generally takes time. Now, let us solve this. To solve this, let us first understand how we like to solve this issue. Logic. This set 127 is our problem maker. I want this to be a current order number. If I have to get this current order number, I know now the current order number is created by the create order screen. After the click of insert order, I move to the create order screen. You are able to see that I am placing my cursor at line number 10. After this insert order click, I know now order number appears in the flight reservation window. That order number I like to retrieve. So we all know to retrieve an property of an object, first is we need to know what is the object on which we like to retrieve and what is the property that is holding the value that we like to retrieve. These two are very important on base need for automation. I click on insert order. After that click, I like to understand which object holds the order number. I know I am going to the active screen. I am in the active screen. In active screen, I know there is an object called order number. You can see the alt property, that is tooltip. As I move the cursor to that field, you can see the order number, and this order number is displayed using all property generally. Now this order number, left hand side that you see, that is a static object, and the right hand side that you see, it's an edit box. From this object, I like to retrieve the order number before I clear the screen or select the new order button. So before line number 11, after line number 10, I know order number is generated. So how to do this, we are going to see now.